All right, so something I've been thinking about relationships is my big thing. I'm trying to get a degree in marriage counseling right now. So relationships is the thing that I pay attention to and observe the most. And I think that the modern day relationship is very skewed. It's very mixed up. We're so confused. Back in the day, there was the courting system where you got to know each other and you became friends and acquaintances and you actually knew this person, you met their family and all of that before y'all was really an item, or before you could call this person your significant other. But then there was also a different mind state back then because people wanted to get married soon. There was personal gain involved. You had the world was much smaller at that time, so the prettiest girl in town was a catch. Whereas now we got Facebook and Instagram and dating sites and all these other social medias and people moving all around the world on a regular basis. The prettiest girl in town when you was 15, a lot of guys, when you look at girls that you liked in high school and you look at girls that you liked in college and you look at girls that you liked when you was grown, you like, I don't know what I was thinking. So we've had to accommodate, and first it was kind of the dating. So it was you meet somebody, you like them, you get into a relationship, and then the relationship escalates from there. Now we have that scenario, and then we also have this new version, which is the part that I dislike the most, and it seems to be the most common, which is talking, quote unquote. So the way talking works is very similar to courting, except sex is probably one of the first stages. So you meet a person you like. Doesn't even have to be someone you see a future with, just someone you are, attracted to. And you say you're talking, which means you're not dating. That's not your girlfriend, but y'all kind of seeing if you're going in that direction, which means that technically we can have sex. Now, in the guy's mind, that means you are a potential applicant for a girlfriend position. This is basically like you turned in an application, you are now going through an interview process. For a girl, it's a little different because, see, most girls are like, well, if I'm letting you have all of me, then this is more intimate. So they don't want you to talk to anybody else. They don't want you to date anybody else. They don't want you to have sex with anybody else. They don't want you to do anything with anybody else, which in my head is a little backwards because there's no difference between being in a relationship. See, when you're dating, that means we hang out, we go on dates, we have sex, possibly. We spend time together, we get to know each other, we get to know each other's family and friends. If we're talking and we are exclusively only talking to each other, then we might as well just be exclusively dating because there's no difference except for now we have mutually agreed to call each other girlfriend and boyfriend. Also, most girls are much more likely to start calling you their boyfriend when y'all have been talking for a while, even though you didn't agree to be their boyfriend. Because it makes it a lot easier to explain to their friends and family who you are than to just say, this is my friend, when you know that y'all not just friends. And they can't describe it the way they want to. They can't call you they sex buddy. They can't call you they cuddle buddy. They can't call you they talking buddy, they significant other. They got to call you something, so they call you they boyfriend. Now, my personal opinion is a little different. I think that you should actually take time to get to know a person. I think it takes a while. It's not an overnight thing. I think that people are very, what I call relationship immature, which means you jump in and out of relationships. A lot of girls do this for comfort because they don't want to feel like they're hoes. Oh, I'm not a hoe because I only have sex with my boyfriends. But I've had 45 boyfriends and I'm only 23. It's silly. People have way too many boyfriends and girlfriends over the years. They jump from out of one relationship and into another. That means you're very immature. You haven't really learned anything from your last relationship. And I don't believe in this whole finding yourself thing either, because you can know who you are and don't know who you are all day. That doesn't make you a good person to be in a relationship with. Do you know how you are in relationships? Do you know what it is you're looking for? Do you know the warning signs of things that you want to avoid? From what I can tell from my observations, people are extremely immature on this fact. Women oftentimes know they don't want to be cheated on, and that's pretty much all they know. I want a smart guy who's nice and funny and sweet, who has a job and his own car and won't cheat on me. Oh, well, minus the cheating on you part, that's a lot of us. And you can't prove or show whether or not a dude is going to cheat on you. Nor is it possible for you to even know that he's cheating on you till you find out. So that's totally irrelevant. What you need to be doing is finding out if he's mature in his relationships. But what I'm thinking is, so you've been talking to this person for 2 weeks, right? So you barely know him. And now you trying to discern what your relationship is. This is the thing that really irritates me with females. A lot of times they want to ask you, what are we? Explain to me what we are. Tell me what this relationship is. And I think that a relationship should mature on its own naturally without having to be defined. The title that we have, unless you have a ring on your finger, is really irrelevant, because at any point in time, I can just change my mind. I can tell you my girlfriend today, and tomorrow I can tell you you're not. So it's totally irrelevant what I call you or what title you have. What's more important to you should be how you feel about that person. So let me ask this. This is my thing. Women, when you ask this, are you doing everything that you could be doing for your man? You should be doing everything in your power to make your man happy, to please him in every single way that you can, and to make him feel that if he was to not have you in his life, he will be losing out. You have to get him so good. You have to take care of him so good in every single aspect you possibly can that he literally knows he will regret every single day when you're not in his life. That's how it's supposed to go. That's not how it goes for most women. So what I've heard when you say stuff like that is women will say, well, how do I know? Well, why would I do all of that for him? You know, what if I can't trust him? What if he cheating on me? What if he not doing right? Okay, well, if this is your boyfriend, then number one, you should trust him. And number two, this should be the person that you actually have the faith that you can do everything for, and they're worthy of it. Why are you dating a man that you don't think is worthy of you giving him everything of you? You should only be dating him if you think he is actually worthy of everything that you can possibly give to him, at which point you should be giving him everything that you possibly can. If he's not worthy of it, you shouldn't be dating him in the first place. And then, of course, my expected contradiction to that would be girls saying, well, it'll take a while. It's going to take some time for me to get to know him well enough to know if he's worthy of it. Exactly. That's my point. It does take time. You should take the time out to find out, is this person suitable to me? Because the point of dating is to end up married. So you need to find out, is this the person that I can support their dreams and they won't, smother mine? Will they support my dreams? Can we raise children together? Do we feel serious affection for each other? Do we get along with each other's friends? Do we get along with each other's family? Can we deal with each other? Can I see myself without this person? Can I give them everything inside me? Can I take down all of my emotional barriers and really show them exactly who I am with no filters and no fear? If the answer is no, why are you dating them? Get to know them. In my head, we kind of need to go back to a similar to courting style of dating. First, you meet this person. You need to decide, are you the type of person that can have sex and it be emotionless, or that you can actually learn from sex and it's not strictly just emotional. If sex is a big entity in your feelings, then you don't need to be having sex with a dude that you're not serious about. Dudes, if you know that you not emotional and you don't want anything but sex, then you probably shouldn't be trying to date nobody, because you should know that after you get what you looking for, you probably gonna lose most of your interest in this girl. Once you've gotten into actually meeting this person and spending a little time together, then you get into the questionnaire type phase. Okay, let me know everything about you, your siblings, your favorite color, things you like to do. And skip the whole defining what title are we, what are we phase. Are you talking to anybody else other than me? Are you dating anybody else but me? Are you having sex with anybody else but me? At the end of the day, if you're the person that they care about the most, they'll shut everybody else down. They will cut everybody else off for you. You don't need to worry about who they talking to. You don't need to worry about what they doing. You need to worry about proving to them that nobody else can do this better than me. Nobody else is better for you than me. I don't care about your other little girlfriend. Eventually she gonna get shut down. I don't care about your other boyfriend. Eventually he gonna get cut off. I don't care about them dudes that be texting you, that be liking all your Facebooks and your Instagram pictures, because they not important. Because at the end of the day, you're going to choose me. And if they don't choose you, you move on. But you ain't gotten emotionally invested. Okay, well, what if I really like this person? And that is another problem that we have. People think about dating with too much affection and emotion. And I know that sounds backwards. Like, well, ain't that the point, to be emotional? To have an emotional connection with someone? Yeah. But the thing is, you got to know when to do that. Men and women do this. We put a whole lot of affection into our relationships before they've even matured into real relationships. Y'all ain't even been talking that much, but you feel a whole lot of emotion for them. But the weird thing is, you don't trust them. You don't do everything you could for them. You still argue with them about petty stuff. Like, you have an immature relationship, but you got all of these emotions invested into it. It should be backwards. It should be the other way around. You should invest everything into the relationship that you can and go into it as if it is a blank slate, not judging this person off of your past relationships or your fears, and hold your emotions back until you know that you can actually show them that side. Yeah, you show them a little bit. Oh, you smile, you giggle, you cuddle, you hug, you kiss. But you need to understand what level you and that other person are on before moving too quickly into this. Then, once you have finally said, okay, I think this is the person that I'm good with, and this ain't no quick action, this ain't no 2-week thing. I'm talking about, you want to be friends first. One of my mentors told me, you're supposed to like the person you dating, and you definitely want to You might not always love each other. Some days you hate them, but you have to like them for you to marry them. So you need to be friends for a while. Maybe you friends with benefits. I don't know. I don't care. But you need to be friends and actually spend time together without all of the pressure. Get to know each other, see if it's going to work, and then move on to the next level of dating. And then after that, by the time you date, you should actually know where this is going. And I think if people did that more often, more people would be in successful marriages.